Welcome to Antler Creek Golf Course up in Colorado. 8,058 yards. I will be playing from the tips. There is not one par 5 under 650 yards. From initial looks, course is absolutely gorgeous. Very excited to actually play this. Antler Creek up in Colorado, 8,058 yards. Excited as hell to play.
First hole, 456 yard par 4. I tried to draw this. It was playing left. I didn't want to overdraw this. I left it out right and ended up putting this in the rough. 180 out, 7 iron. This is where I started getting confused. The air is so thin and I'm above the hole. I decided to hit a soft 7 and it almost went off the back of the green. This is a slider going right to left on the screen, and what was tricky about this is that I didn't really know how hard the greens were sloping, and I kept this way below the hole. And I ended up getting a good par putt of it and make it. Hole 1 taught me that take 2 clubs down as well as don't swing as hard in this air. This is where it gets fun. Hole 2, 603 yard par 5. I'm trying to play a draw and I'm starting to notice that I'm leaving my drives out right, but I don't get into too much trouble on this shot. All I'm trying to do here is punch it out with a 6 iron. I thin it to win it, and I put it right in the middle of the fairway with about a 75, 80 yard shot in. So I'm sitting here like, I'm in the middle of the fairway, like 80 yards out, and then I thin it, and I thought I was going to win it, and then it went over the green, and these are the shots that kill my rounds. So going into this shot, I noticed that the lie is fluffy. I sat there, I was originally going to hit like a 60, but I ended up going down to a sandwich of about a 56. And it ends up playing really well. I give myself a 5-foot putt. I thought I actually drained it, but it ended up rolling right, and I end up making a par here. So through 2 holes, I'm starting to feel a little frustrated because I've set myself in good positions, but I don't hit the right shots into the green because I cannot get used to the air, or in this case, it was a bad lob wedge, and you're going to see it starts taking effect moving forward. So hole 3, I'm trying to play this with a huge draw because it does go left this hole, and I'm trying to actually hit the left side of the fairway, and I just go through the fairway, and I'm in the left rough. 160 out, playing an 8 iron. I struck this very well, but I hit it exactly where I was aiming, and I flew the green, and I was completely shocked on this shot. So you'll see in the beginning while I'm talking actually on camera, I'm already complaining that it's a 160 shot in, and I basically hit it 180, and I flew the green. So I'm kind of upset, and now I have a shot that's fluffed up over a bunker into the green that's flowing down, and I end up just getting it on the rough. After the first 2 holes, I told myself I was going to go up a club or 2, and I wasn't taking my advice, so it's my own fault. This ball is up against the rough/fringe, so it's a tough putt putting down on it, but just like my friend Not a Scratch Golfer says, don't have a blow-up hole, try to keep a bogey, and that's what I am thinking this entire time, and I do end up getting a good putt up there, and I do end up saving the bogey. At this point, I know I'm striking the ball very well. It's just I have to start trusting the shots, the air, and I needed to start aiming correctly with my shoulders. Hole 4, par 4, 448 yards. I don't hit this drive very well. I actually catch the grass a bit, but I was lucky enough just to trust my swing. I do hit the fairway, but I did leave some distance in my next shot. 200 out, soft 5 iron. Strike it well. The problem is I'm hitting it to where I'm aiming. I'm deep on the right green, and we're going to find out why that is not a good thing. So this is about a 40-foot breaker, maybe even a little longer than that, and it's going left to right. And here, this is just a complete misread. I kept it low the entire time, and I'm trying to think to myself, why? And then I don't leave myself an easy par putt. So playing smart golf is one of the things that I've been trying to get better at, and here I lose a stroke because I don't aim right on my second shot, and then I don't putt correctly on my third, so I'm leaving myself probably about an 8-9 footer here, and I end up missing and walking away here with a bogey. So I'm 2 over going into a long par 3, and this actually played 263 yards, not 245, and all I'm thinking is just hit the green on this shot. So I'm acting calm in the video, but I'm so happy that I hit this. And, I have about a 35, 40-foot putt over that ridge. My only goal here is to get it near the hole and save a par. So we end up getting about a 6 to 7 foot putt out of this uphill, which is perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do. Could have been a little closer, but I'm actually extremely happy. The read is good. For me, I would have liked to be a little more calm on this putt because I could feel it in my body, the adrenaline. And lo and behold, I make the putt and I start showing a little emotion here. I already know what I said and I'm going to just repeat it out loud. Let's fucking go! After 2 bogeys, I definitely needed that hole because I was losing confidence. Got the confidence back and then I absolutely pipe this drive. This is the game of golf where you hit great drives and you got your confidence back. I'm hitting a 7-iron from about 175. I do go down on the club and I end up thinning it and I put it to the fringe. So again, I'm leaving myself in a really bad spot. This is about a 65, 70 foot putt, slanting right, and I just completely misread this, and I leave myself in an awful spot.
Filter down. All right, so it did filter. I hit a
So
little
15 foot putt,
Let's bring
gotta
the
save
camera.
this for par, and one of the things that I do is I do get wristy, and as soon as I struck this putt, I already knew I push it out right, and that's where your confidence has to be, especially in your putting stroke. So after this, I started changing my strategy to be a little more aggressive and stop taking stupid shots, being more strategic because I needed some birdies on the scorecard. And I didn't have one all day, and I wasn't hitting the right shots. So for me, I changed my strategy going into hole 7. Hole 7, par 5, 667 yards, and I hit a nuclear bomb, my furthest drive I've ever hit, 367 yards. So I'm 300 out. I could easily hit a 3-wood or a driver off the deck and try to get it as close as I can, but that fairway gets thin up there. So I pulled out about a 7-iron and I hit it about $190 into a 110, 120 yardage and play the smart play here. Pitching wedge, 155 out. I thinned it to win it. I'm starting to notice on my high irons, my stance is off because I'm thinning a lot. But I do get about a 12-foot putt out of this. Holy crap, we have a birdie opportunity, about 12 feet, and I'm happy, and then I see the putt, and I immediately am sad because you got to have a confident stroke, and I push mine. I do get the par. It gets me back, from losing strokes, but this could have been an easy birdie make. Hole 8, par 3, 210 yards here. I chunked the 5-iron, went with a 5. I think the 5 was the right play, but I am just short of the green. So my goal here is to save par. Shot of the day, did not even have to bring a putter up there. And I end up hitting a pitching wedge about a 46 degree. And I literally almost hold this out. And I'm literally a foot away from the hole. So you hear the interstate behind me and I'm dodging cars. But I hit this drive, I caught the grass. It only goes about 2.6 and I make this a little longer than it has to be. This is where I should have hit a 6-iron. I try crushing a 7. I thin it. Not a bad result, but instead of hitting the front of the green, I'm in the front chipping now. So I decided to putt instead of chip because how I look at this, a bad putt is always better than a bad chip. So I do putt this, and I give myself a reasonably good par, and then I don't take enough time to read the putt, and I give up my 39 and make it a 40. So, +4 after 9, 4,026 yards. So, I look at this first 9 and say to myself, it's not bad with a lot of the misfires that I had. And the course is beautiful as itself. In reality, gorgeous course, but it plays incredibly long and the air plays so much of a factor in club choice where it was confusing, but a really cool experience. So, I didn't achieve breaking 38, but not a big deal. Want to go over the numbers of the course. So slope 146, which is absurdly hard. The rating is 77.4. So for me as a 5.2 handicap, actually comes out pretty even. Yardage 8,058, score of a 40 +4. And I had 0 birdies, and that's what killed my round. I wasn't setting myself up for quality putting, maybe for 1 or 2 holes, but overall, for a first 9 in an air quality like this, I was actually very happy because later on, I did break 80 on this course. I end up shooting, well, maybe you'll find out in the next episode, but I start picking up from the front 9. I start figuring out the air and what my clubs are actually hitting, and then I did figure out the stance as well as the shoulder, aiming correctly, and ended up having a pretty good round. So As always, thank you for watching, and you know how I end. I keep it real!